Alright, so first video on the entire channel. Basically the goal is to show you guys what's inside the box of models you may find online that may not have very good pictures or be very easy to see. So what make my job do is to simply show you guys what you're getting in the sprue. You know, it's hard to tell from pictures online or what you can find on Google and all that. Plus I'm going to show you the ratio between popular tabletops and what's actually scale on the actual model. So it's gonna be very little editing. It's gonna be very raw because I have no idea what I'm doing. This is my personal workspace and it's pretty dirty, so yeah, sorry about that. Let's go ahead and get into the Perry Miniatures Mounted Men at Arms 1450-1500 Multi-Nation box. It comes in a box just like this from Perry. Perry Miniatures have a pretty cool thing where they always have extremely high quality models. I have already been through this and made a few test models so y'all can see how it looks like with the primer on it. So you would have more sprues than this. This is just what you basically get. The sprues do repeat in this format. That way it's kind of the same, but at the same time they have so many options on these sprues, as you can see in a second, that you can do a lot with them. So you're gonna get probably, I'm pretty sure it's 2 sprues of each. And then a marking kit, looks like this. If you want to go ahead and pause that and read it, you are more than welcome to. It should be in focus, hopefully. And then on the back side you have kind of like the Italian states, military orders, England flag colors on the inside. You're going to have even more. You're going to have France, Burgundy. It's going to have parts of the model, parts of the harness, you know, pauldron, van brace, all that fun stuff. It's all laid out for you. Horse armor, tabards and livery coats. It's all right there in a little booklet. It's pretty neat. Put that over here where y'all can see it. Now, it does come with regular old Perry Miniatures green bases. Like my wife texting me. But this is what you get. I rarely use these because I don't use them. I use these little wooden ones like this. I like the MDM board ones personally, but you do get standard bases and templates with them in the box if you want to use them. Now to the real meat and crackers of this whole thing. These are your horse options. They come like this. Comes with 4 horse heads and 3 bodies, so you get 1 extra horse head you can choose from. In addition to that, you have 3 more horse heads with armor on the actual sprue itself. So you choose between regular medium horse, light horse heads, no armor on them if you want to choose that. And the bodies come standard with no armor. You get simply a harness, some livery, and a saddle. So say you want to do some light horses, and you will do that. Now, when it comes to the heavy cavalry, that's where it changes. You get into the sprue itself. Now, the sprues are going to come like this. Both sides. See that on focus here. With a mixture of hand weapons and lances, like right here. The horse heads are pretty neat. They come heavily armored, mail and plate. Some with plumage, some without. The one without is mostly just scale. So you got scale mail and plate, chain mail and scale and plate, plus harness. In addition to that, you get 1, 2, 3, 4 bodies. Now, what I love about Perry Miniatures is all the options you get. And as you can see, I pop one off here even because I need it for something. I'm always stealing from sprues and doing kit bashes. You can have it where it's heavily mailed in the front. Then you have full plate barding like this. These are simply, you pull them off, put them on, and they go on each side of the horse. Or you can have partial barding. That you can kind of pick and choose where it goes, and it's pretty neat actually. It's really easy to put together. It looks a little hard because of how thin they are, and do be careful when you're cutting these because these are very thin pieces, and they are very malleable. So when you're going in there with the clippers with these, make sure it's very flat edge and go in nice and sweet and get nice and crisp up to the side, and then pinch. And don't pinch too hard. Make sure it's a nice crisp pinch, or you're gonna bend the metal. You're gonna bend the plastic all up. And in addition to that, you get your 4 heavily armored riders, all of them wearing plate. One with tattered and one with kind of a separated breastplate. Pretty neat. Back ends are pretty neat too. Lots of detail on these models. Hope y'all can see it. This camera has a horrible autofocus, so I got, even though it's high quality, I gotta make sure it's, I have to set the focus manually. See if I can get it any closer in there. I believe these swords are mostly for hangers to put on the side or on the side of the horse or wherever you want them. Then the arms, and then the heads. And the heads are actually pretty neat. You have anything from this type to a full plumage and plate. You have partials, where the face is partially showing. You have full face with that friar tuck bowl haircut. It's pretty funny. Then you have kind of a, I'm not sure what it's called. I'm not too expertise in what the headdresses of the ages were. Then you have kind of a more rounded look on this one right here. And then you have all the lances right here as well. Now, in addition to the lances, you do have the options of doing hand weapons, and the hand weapons are just a standard sword, an axe, and a mace, and they're all right here, right by the horse heads. You got your warhammer, your axe, and your mace, you can put in the hands. And the hands are actually already on there. What you do is, with the hands that are on there, you take off one of the ones that have no hand on it. And to be fair, none of the Perry miniature arms will have hands. All the hands are on the weapons. So you take the weapon to the hand, and that way it gives you a little more leeway in which arms you want. You're not stuck with a particular arm stuck to the model, except for this one right here. And this one's stuck on with a one cloth and one plate option. And that's pretty neat. That's it for the main sprues. And these just repeat. So you're getting this one pretty detailed, awesome sprue 3 times, and 3 times the horses. Now what's cool about Perry is that say you want to kit bash or something like that, and you just need horses. Like, I don't want to buy riders, I don't want to buy any of that junk, I just need horses. Well, they do sell these little sprues with the horses on them by themselves. You go into I believe it's the accessories tablet, and you just find the horses, and like, I think it's like $1.89, $2 for a little sprue like this, and you get 3 horses, and you won't get the armored heads. You just get these standard heads, but it's pretty cheap if you just need horses. Say you buy a carriage or from somewhere else, and that's just some horses to pull it. You get this right here. It saves you a lot of money just buying these horses. Now, I had a few testers. I ran up, and let's see if I can pull them up real quick and see if they'll focus in. Now, I based mine on white, and they look pretty good in white. It should show some of the detail. If not, I'm going to zoom in somehow. Autofocus for me. Nope. What's the point of autofocus? Focus on the model. It's right here, in front of your face. No? Not this part, the toothbrush? That's cool, whatever. Alright, so I got somewhat on there for the focus. And you can see a lot of the detail pops with some base, just a simple base coat. That chainmail pops very nicely. It's actually quite crisp, even more crisp in person. Be careful because your mold lines will show up from how detailed these models are. Y'all probably can't see it. There's a mold line right there on that lance that is bugging me now that I see it. And I know the light's pretty harsh, but I'm trying to do my best here after my limited setup. After all, first video, teething issues, budgets, y'all know how it is. Y'all ain't new to YouTube, but I am. And you can see how well that plumage pops with just a base coat. See if I can get it even closer there. And I noticed that when I was using, well, I haven't used anything yet, but like on other models, sometimes those features get clammed up. They're not quite deep enough to hold paint and shader and such. Man, basing white and having this big old light is a bad idea. But y'all can pretty much see what I'm going for here. That plumage popping, and I can already tell that this stuff would soak up any paint and wash quite nicely. Now, as you can see, now look at the scale here. These are not big horses. These are kind of a medium-sized horse or a pony. They're not huge draft horses or draft sizes usually seen with a lot of other model companies. Probably wondering, well, Garbro, how different is it? Well, let me show you. So here is the Perry miniature horse. All right, Here is a Games Workshop horse. Look at that size difference. Mind you, it's not exactly scale breaking. They are simply could be different breeds of horses, so it is quite workable. It does get a little bit funky when you change over Games Workshop or other 28mm hero scale models to the Perry horse. You're probably wondering, well, Garbro, what's it look like? Well, this real quick, I'll take... Oh, wrong one. It's a kit bash, by the way. Now, this will also, while I'm on this tangent, this will show you that skeleton pieces from Games Workshop do fit quite well onto the bodies of Perry Miniatures, well, the miniature line in general. Which means if you want some like undead models, you can get a pretty good deal on these kinds of guys. And in addition, let me grab one of my other ones. My works in progress here. And even under line infantry, you can see that the scale isn't all that bad. It looks pretty good. You know, it doesn't look too far out of place. So if you're looking to save a little bit of money here, what I usually do is I buy a box of Games Workshop undead models and then kit bash the extra parts like the skulls with Perry Miniatures, and wham bam, thank you ma'am, you got some pretty good, effective, cheap Graveguard or heavy skilled infantry or heavily armored skilled infantry if you're playing 9th Age. And it works pretty darn well. But back to the horses. Here is a Bretonian from Games Workshop on top of this little bitty Perry Miniatures pony. As you can see, the scale gets a little funky. It could be just either a very large dude or a very small horse. It doesn't really work all that well. It'll look kind of funny up close. But, you know, it is workable. You ever look at an Icelandic horse and a big-ass Viking dude? This is kind of what it looks like right here. And then, for instance, with the Games Workshop horse, Bretonian or Empire, other heroic scale, with a Perry miniature model, that it looks like just an absolute giant horse. And that horse looks like a big old draft horse or, you know, something of that nature. And it's quite large. So the scale tips in the favor of Perry if you're going to use it with another heroic scale horse. However, I would not recommend using other heroic scale models with the Perry miniature horses. So say you want your models to be on heroic scale horses, it'll still work. It won't be too bad looking in the long run. So there's some hope there for you. But you will have to take these legs, heat them up, and spread them a little bit because as you can see, they don't fit quite flush with the heroic scale. See that gap in there? See that gap right there? So if you're going to try and put them on heroic scale horses, so they'll fit them with your other cavalry. If you don't have other native scale cavalry, take a bit of a heating element, heat these legs up, spread them out just a little bit, and they should fit just fine. And I think that'll about do it for this first video. I plan on getting some more models here in the future to show you guys. Some of the more not well known companies like Victoria Miniatures, Fireforge Games. They've got a lot of cool stuff coming out that I am pretty sure that y'all are going to want to see with my ugly ass hands falling them all around the place. I'm going to try and get some new stuff here soon. Get some more videos going. I'm not the best painter. I'm going to show y'all that right now while I'm talking. I'm not the best. I know that. I'm no Duncan, and I can appreciate that. This is about the basis of my quality here. This is kind of like the base quality of my stuff. It's nothing to really win any kind of award or anything like that, but it does get the job done. So if you guys want paint tutorials, I guess I can do some. There'll be a lot of layman terms and a lot of me dropping stuff on the ground and cursing and screaming, so it might be entertaining for you. But like I said, I'm not exactly the most professional guy, and I'm no Sir Duncan, our Lord and Savior. So it all depends for how big your skill level is. But I think that'll about do it. If you like what you saw and you want to see more models, just leave me a comment, like and subscribe. You all know the usual YouTube format of how most guys do this. Because my goal is to get every model I buy retail. Because I don't want a company cherry picking their best sprue or whatever and sending to me and I give you a false review. All these things are going to be purchased retail. I want y'all to give you a nice raw, fresh, you know, sight on a sprue. It's what you're gonna get, and it's what I'm gonna get. So I will probably see y'all next time with a new sprue, a new box. Y'all have a good night.